We're at the point of our lives where everyone hates or loves the car behind me. So, should you get a Tesla Cybertruck or should you get a Hummer EV, baby? I compared these trucks head to head for a week and there were a few unexpected surprises, but more on that later. But for now, where's my American flag at? Let me just put this shirt on real quick. So what can the Hummer EV do that the Tesla Cybertruck can't? Well, for starters, the watts to freedom mode, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, with 1,000 horsepower, with something that weighs this heavy is gonna be insane, so let's test it out. Okay, so to enable it, it's really, really cool. Watts to freedom mode, down twice. Vehicle will lower, check surroundings. Doesn't lower as quickly as the Tesla Cybertruck. Put your foot on the brake, then floor it. My butt is vibrating, and you can see it kind of building up. Release brake. Brace yourself, we ready? That was insane! It almost feels like the Plaid Model X if you've ever driven that, but it's crazy because the Hummer EV weighs almost 2 times as much at over 9,000 pounds. Now in the Cybertruck's defense, this beast can go 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, so a point goes to the Cybertruck. But this next feature is probably the most useful feature you'll find in any truck. And it's called crab walk mode. Pretty much you just have to press a button and you can go straight, but it goes diagonally. So it's like you can get a DUI and not even realize it. So now let's see if crab walk mode can work and get me into that parallel parking spot. I'm coming in. Yep, it's so useless. Or maybe if I reverse in. All right, fail. As far as super cool features, aside from the Cybertruck being bulletproof, I have to hand it to the Hummer EV. It's pretty awesome. And it's nice because you also get an automatic frunk. Automatic frunk. Automatic frunk. Automatic frunk. What? What is going on with this car? I don't get it. Is it like stuck? Oh, it worked earlier today. So it's an actual gray string. Aha! I heard something click. There we go. I'm not making this up. The frunk is a pretty good sized frunk. They have a cigarette outlet. They have these like bags here where you can haul a dead body, but it's meant for this super cool feature. Let's go ahead and put on California mode. I actually don't know if it's called California mode. All right, so we have a latch here, latch here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the latch out this way, pull the latch out that way. And what, is that it? That's seriously, that's all you have to do? And it looks like it goes back in like that. Oh my, it's so light. Don't drop it, Chris, don't drop it, don't drop it. I feel like this could be like Kevlar body armor if you wanted to. But you could put it in the bag, but they made it so it fits perfectly in here. But look how cool this is already. Now you have California mode. This is the vibes right here. Like it's totally open, it's super cool, it's nice. You know what, to be honest, I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Hopefully nobody robs me. There's a black knob here, there's another black knob on this side. So when you put it back in, you line up the piece, the black knob here. Once that's lined up, then this falls into place and then just lock it back in. That took me like 10 seconds. It was so easy. Now one cool thing about the Cybertruck, it has something called steer-by-wire, where it's not like a normal steering wheel. Like with the normal steering wheel, if I want to do a U-turn in the Hummer EV, I gotta go like this. But in the Cybertruck, you just have to go like this and you're done. But the cool thing is both of these cars also have independent rear steering, making U-turns so much easier. But which one's the best? I think I'm gonna puke. Oh my God. Surprisingly, the Hummer EV has a really great turning radius. I say it's actually slightly better than the Tesla Cybertruck. I don't know why. I think it's because the wheelbase is shorter or something, but man, I think the Hummer EV wins on the U-turn test. So we are cruising. Already tons of visibility. It's very, very bright in here, very open. I have no blind spot, no long, super long dashboard. I could see totally fine. Digital rear view mirror. And this thing is so heavy. Like I floor it and it goes fast, but it's still very, very heavy. So rear steering, low speed maneuvering. But let's just go ahead and go a little quicker in the turns here. As far as being in the lines, I feel like I have plenty of space on both sides. So now I'm on sport acceleration. So let's see how it does. Whew. It is loud. It is so loud. That fake acceleration sound is insane. Comfort is amazing. And it's just like the Cybertruck, the air suspension does a great job. So I definitely feel like it's very comfortable. Regen is on high and you can see how quickly I slow down. Surprisingly, a good amount of wind noise. Like I hear it on here. I think it's because these pieces come out, so they have to make it so it's easily removable. So I definitely hear more wind noise than I do in the Cybertruck. Because for the price of this vehicle, it has to be like top of the line, loaded with every single amazing feature. So it doesn't have a lot of the tech features that my Tesla has. It's funny because there's a lot of big rigs here and I kind of feel like I'm driving a big rig at times because I'm so high up. I got like the lights at the top here. I'm very high up, 6'3" again, plenty of headspace. I am all the way at the bottom. And if I go all the way back, I'm over here. So yeah, definitely good for big people. Absorbs all the bumps. I don't even feel the bumps. And that's what makes it a Hummer, right? You can do legit anything you want. So for daily driving, it's pretty close, but I think Cybertruck wins because it's more planted to the ground, has more control, and blind spot cameras is a must. Let's test out that Super Cruise feature. So all we gotta do is press this button. Okay, green light is on, so now it's hands-free. It's curving over here. I missed the Tesla because, you know, with the Tesla, you can see cars all around you, even though it's a diagram. This one's nice because you have the cameras up, but you can kind of see how my car is in the middle of the lane. So now we're gonna go and change lanes and see how well it does. So it's slowing down, changing lanes on its own. Having trouble. Done. Oh, not bad. So Super Cruise, not too bad. Is it gonna take the exit? No, it's not, because there's nothing smart about this. It knows how to stay in the lane and that's it. And that's pretty much it. So that's the difference with Tesla, is it uses the cameras to figure everything out, whereas this one is like very, very old school style. It uses the sensors, it uses the camera, not as smart as Tesla's. That's why Teslas can go on dirt roads and any type of road. Point is gonna go to Tesla. We're gonna be going to a Tesla supercharger to see if we could charge the Hummer EV, as well as go to like an EV Go that supports up to 350 kilowatts, because I wanna see if it can reach that, because that's what the Hummer can do. Crazy thing that the Hummer EV did right, and I'm so happy, charge port is on the right side. Unfortunately, it's not the NACS charger, it's still a CCS charger. This is a V4 Tesla supercharger. I don't have an adapter. Hold the button, 1, 2, 3, push up. Oh, that didn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Son of a. So we drove an extra like 15 miles to another V4 supercharger. I don't know why Tesla's not doing this, but they're not allowing people to use their onboard adapter. They somehow turned it off, so it's not working. 4, 5 seconds, and I pull down, and it didn't, see, it's not working. I don't know, man. I thought Teslas are supposed to be compatible. Yeah, I give up. So if you're ever gonna charge a non-Tesla, bring an adapter always and have it with you, and don't rely on Tesla's adapter. So on to the next charging experience. Made it to a 350 kilowatt EV Go with 11%, 36 miles. So funny, the EV Go names is LeBron and King. King James, baby. The Hummer says 10 to 80% in 30 minutes. 45 degrees out. I've been preconditioning the battery for about an hour now. Let's see the speeds that we're gonna get. Right now it's 7:45. Plug in and confirm your session. There's a Bolt parked here in a charging spot and not even charging. This is what is wrong with America. You plug it in, start charging, connecting to your vehicle. Checking cable safety. If this was a Tesla supercharger, I'd be charging already. I heard some clicking, green light. This is a newer EV Go too, but still not charging. This is my biggest fear with these third parties. They're always either offline, not working, matching voltage. There we go, okay. We are charging. So it tells you to charge it right in here. Let's see if it's gonna get to 350. Ooh, we're getting 350. 348 kilowatts of power. Wow, that's awesome. I've never seen that before in a Tesla. So we drove like 60 miles to get here. One crazy thing is, yes, the Hummer is so big. The cool thing is, because the battery pack is also really, really big, even though it's like the most inefficient EV in the world, the miles are so accurate. I was able to go to work twice. I was able to blast the heater, precondition the battery, even though I wasn't charging. With the Cybertruck, I would have had to charge once, if not twice. Hummer EV, I didn't have to charge at all. To get to 100%, we're gonna be done by 9:15 a.m. It's like an hour and a half. I'm so curious how much it's gonna cost to fully charge to 100%. We're a little over halfway through charging, 51%. Guess how much it's gonna cost. $58.80 so far. Because the battery in the Cybertruck is so much smaller, even when I charged to 100%, most expensive was like $45. I'm already at 70, almost 80 bucks. Oh God, it changed. $80 now. $100.87, which is insane. This is what's wrong with all electric vehicles. They make it so complicating. She's been here for like 10 minutes trying to figure it out. Whereas with the Tesla, you literally just plug it in and you're done. Do you need help? Is this your first electric vehicle?
Yes.
Download the EVgo app.
Okay, that's this, right?
But once you set everything up, it makes it easier. A couple of things to pay attention to is the name.
Okay.
So you're King, you're on B. You just put it in the app, press start, it takes a couple seconds and then you're good to go. So now it connects.
Yay, thank you.
You're welcome. This is why no one wants an EV. This guy's a Toyota BZ4. Can't charge either, having problems. Okay, so it's been an hour and 15 minutes at 94%. And it cost me $128.58. So this is probably one of the most expensive charging experiences I've ever experienced in my entire life. At least I got 10 to 80% in like 40 minutes, so not too bad. As far as fast charging goes, point definitely goes to Tesla on that one. All right, so now we're at Costco. Let's see how easy it is to park in a normal parking spot with this big honkador thing. And that's it. Who said parking a Hummer was super difficult? The cool thing is we could use the truck bed if we wanted to, or we could put the seats up and then put all the stuff there. So it's like a second trunk, just like the Tesla Cybertruck. So point goes to both trucks. Now already you can see with the Hummer EV, I mean, it is hefty. Look at these things. Lightweight. It looks so cool, man. I don't know. Now, the Tesla's cool and it's unique, right? Because it's so simple with straight edges. But comparing the two differences, now I know why people hate the Cybertruck so much, because it looks kind of weird versus like a normal real truck. With the Hummer, it's in this like cool brown metallic color. I think it's called Deep Aura Metallic. But anyways, what's super cool is they have the Hummer logo here. You have a huge taillight with the words Hummer spelled out that spans across the entire thing. You have the headlights on the bottom over here. You have tow hooks here, and of course the word GMC to let you know it's a GMC. And of course this has the off-roading package, so it has that metal kick plate over there. And in comparison to the Cybertruck, super simple. You have this huge LED bar that spans the whole width. It just looks completely different. You also have the tow hooks up here as well if you wanted to, but definitely a completely different experience because look at how big this windshield is. You have a single piece wiper blade over there compared to the Hummer. I mean, the Hummer has the smallest windshield known to man, and you also have 3 wiper blades, which is so funny. You have the words 3X on here, which means it has 3 motors. The size of the side mirrors is huge. It's like a mini iPad, but so much visibility. The look of it is just like a giant box. You have like the hood scoop here. They made it look like the gas-guzzling brother Hummer version, which probably is not going to do so well for efficiency-wise. Compared to the Cybertruck, I mean, look how sleek it looks. Think of the air coming all the way across here, and it just comes all the way down. It's super clean. Here are the door handles. You just push the button, and it pops open, compared to the more traditional door handles with the Hummer where you push this, and it opens, and I hate that. You guys hear that? That stupid bell. It's just so annoying. You have to also push to start. Unlike this Tesla, we just get in and drive. So I guess point goes to the Hummer. Now I'm 6'3". Both of these are on the entry setting to make it easier to get in and out. With the Tesla Cybertruck, it's so much lower to the ground. It's a lot easier to get in. And you can kind of see how I can kind of touch here if I wanted to. The Hummer, on the other hand, on the entry setting is still super high. Like I have to go on my tippy toes to touch the roof, and to get in is much more difficult. Luckily it does come with these footboards here, so you can open the door, get in way easier. It even has a nice handle. This is something a lot of Cybertruck owners wish they had, a nice handle over here. Let's see which is taller on the highest setting, which is their extract setting. So now it's on extract mode. It goes up so fast, and it's pretty insane how quickly the Cybertruck goes into extract mode and goes down because of that air suspension. And you can see how much higher it is. Let's test out the Hummer EV and see how quickly it raises. So go into off-road mode, and then here, extract mode. Switch to terrain mode. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and switch it to terrain. Terrain, that's cool. So let's see how high this bad boy gets. Yep, it's still raising, but a lot slower. And this is the bread and butter of the Tesla Cybertruck, how quickly the suspension can raise and lower, because it is going up, but you can already see how much higher it is. Woo! So both the Cybertruck and the Hummer EV, 16-inch clearance with extract mode. And surprisingly, if you look at it, I feel like the Hummer is a little bit taller than the Cybertruck. What do you guys think? Huh, huh. I want to see how quickly the suspension lowers. Which one's going to win, the Cybertruck or the Hummer? Right now we're on the Hummer. Hup. How do I go into normal mode? Service leveling system. It's not even working. Uh-oh. Leveling system unavailable. That's not good. Am I stuck in extract mode? The suspension's not lowering for some reason. So I'm screwed because now it says the speed limited to 12 miles per hour, so I can't even go anywhere. I have no idea what happened, but let's test on the Cybertruck. So now we're in the Cybertruck, and look how quick we go down. Almost. Done. So it's been about 10 minutes. Let me try lowering the suspension again. Oh shoot, it still says it. Okay, well, I'll deal with that later. So as far as suspension is concerned, Cybertruck wins for sure because it actually works. But the real question is, which one fits easier in a garage? Here we go, here we go. This'll work. Just never close your garage, that's the whole point. But if I did remove the stuff in the front, it will fit. I tested this, I did a video on it. So the width is good, looks like there's 6 inches from the middle side. So let's test it in the Hummer. My tiny, teeny wiper blades. All right, let me fold the mirrors first. Oh yeah, definitely less space. That's crazy. So the Cybertruck is longer. That's a half a foot of space left over. This one, definitely way more space. We still can't close the garage. But definitely if I remove the stuff in the front, this bad boy will fit way easier than the Cybertruck. Although it is wider, so your car next to you can't be that big. But this thing is big. For the garage test, I have to hand it to the Hummer EV. It was easier to park because it's not as long and almost the same width as the Tesla Cybertruck. Now, the Hummer EV comes in an SUV version, so you don't get a truck bed, you can get more seats, and it's a lot nicer for families. However, this is the truck version, and there's some super cool features. Now, I wish the suspension was lower for this test, but whatever. We can open the tailgate here. Then there's a secondary tailgate, which is like another step. So this lowers, and then this lowers, and it reveals speakers. So if you want to have a tailgating party, just kind of hang out, vibe with your boys, you can play the kicker speaker here. They even have little cup holders on the tailgate, so you can just hang out and relax, or you can use it as a step stool. And the bed, I like how it's lined. It's a cool liner, so it's not just plastic, so it doesn't scratch as easily. The truck bed is not the biggest, around 5 feet. So it's a 5-foot truck bed. Width-wise, you lose a lot of space with the wheel wells, so it's about 5 feet wide as well. You have one 20-volt outlet, a couple hooks, lights, and that's pretty much it on this part. If you're ever hauling stuff, you can lower the window, you can lower the seats, you have more space. You can raise this part up, and then you can have more space like this, which is what a lot of people do if they're hauling a lot of big cargo and stuff. In the Cybertruck, you have a tonneau cover that can help with the range and can support the weight of a full-size grown man, which is pretty awesome. Nothing super cool about the tailgate, it just opens and closes, but it is a very, very long truck bed. So if I was to go all the way to the end over there, it's about a 6-foot 2-inch truck bed. Width-wise, it does narrow slightly, but it's a little bit under 5 feet, so not as wide as the Hummer. A lot taller though, so you have a lot of space to kind of go up while also keeping the tonneau cover closed. So that's nice. You also have a gear tunnel here. If you want to store stuff, you can lift this up and it's lockable. And you have some ambient lighting, you have some hook, more outlets for sure than the Hummer. You have two 120 volts, you even have a NEMO 1450 outlet here if you want to charge another EV, which is awesome. So who's the real winner on the truck bed? Because it's tough. I'm sure you can get an aftermarket tonneau cover for the Hummer. You have this super cool step, which I really, really like. I don't know, man, this is a tough one. Let me know in the comments below. Who do you think wins the truck bed contest? So interior wise, the interior of the Hummer is so cool. You have this like moon landing thing. I think it's because they collabed with NASA. It feels very, very premium, and that's a cool thing. You're paying over $100,000 for a car. You want something that feels premium. Nothing is cheap plastic anywhere. It all feels really, really good. Hummer EV right here. It's smooth. There's so much storage space here. So much storage space down here as well. You have very, very firm and very premium vents. The screen is cool. I do wish it was like placed a little further back because when I'm driving, it's at a weird like right angle. So that's kind of annoying. The drive sister is so cool. I feel like Arnold, man. I thought this would be some sort of button, but it doesn't do anything. To go into park, you press this button. To go into drive or all the gears, you have to push this first and then go forward or the back. Even the dials feel really good. A lot of times, a lot of companies will cheap out with one thing. Door handles feel good. buttons feel premium. It feels great. So we have so much storage options here. So much storage here. You got something here. You could put another phone. Lift this up and look at all this storage space you have. This huge tray and just the whole storage area where you could put, I don't know what you can put in there. You have your 12-volt cigarette outlet here as well. Awesome cup holders. You could charge your phone. The glove box is a little small, but I mean, you still can see a lot of stuff. I wish they had ambient lighting, but I mean, I feel like this is an American truck. Americans don't need ambient lighting, man. What is this, Tokyo Drift? I love this button here because this button lowers something the Cybertruck owners love to have, the rear hatch glass. You can lower that easily. So you just get so much more visibility. In the center here, you have a wireless charger, USB-A, USB-C port, wireless charger test. Oh, there you go. Nice, works. You have cup holders. You can hide that away if you wanted to. If we wanted to change drive modes, we just move the dial, lower or raise the suspension. You could send it to entry, exit if you wanted to. This is a funny one. I don't know what the point of this is, but if you want to provide any feedback, you can do that, which makes no sense. I can't believe they have a dedicated button for that. Very interesting. But yeah, lots of space, a lot of head space. It feels great. Let's check out the rear. In the rear, surprisingly, a lot of space. Now I'm 6'3". I sat comfortably here. I have a lot of space. So if I were to come in here, again, I even have a handle here. So see, it's awesome. Again, very premium feel. I have a good amount of space. My head does touch in the back over here, but I have good leg room. Shoulder space is wide too. Like, look, someone can definitely sit in the middle here very comfortably. You also have dedicated climate control in here, heated seats, USB-C, USB-A port, storage, a 120-volt outlet so you can like use your laptop or whatever. And what's cool is there's so much storage options. You have a tire compressor here, you have the sub on that side. And I love like the lunar landing Mars floor mats. It just kind of really completes the look. Cup holders in the center. And you have a little storage space in here as well, which is really cool if you wanted to store something. It's awesome to have. Technically sleep in the Hummer EV, lay down. But before I do that, I'm gonna take my shoes off first because I'm Asian. And we're gonna go up in here real quick. Now already, because you have the sub here and you have this, it's not very comfortable. If I was to lay down flat, I mean, technically I can technically sleep in the Hummer EV if I really wanted to. I feel like it feels slightly wider than the Tesla Cybertruck. My head's here, but I could close the door and I can have slightly more space. However, it's not really that comfortable, not the best for sleeping in. And at least with Tesla, you have camp mode and it's much more comfortable. They have an integrated tent on there. Now with the Cybertruck, already the interior is completely different. Now, some may find it cheap. Some may love it because it's super minimalistic and clean. You just have one screen, you have nothing. It's literally so clean and simple. I have a lot of shoulder room, I have a lot of head space because of that one piece glass roof. It is very, very comfortable in here. But what makes Tesla so great is their software. The software is amazing. But on the inside, it's just a normal interior. This glass piece does not go down, so it's not like you can camp inside of here and use the truck bed to camp in. So that is unfortunate. However, you can lift up the second row so you get like a bench style seating. So that way you have like a secondary trunk, which is kind of cool. But one cool thing with the Tesla Cybertruck is all the software features. You have camp mode, you have dog mode, you have an onboard dash cam, you have your Tesla app, which does so many features. There's no rear view mirror, no digital rear view mirror because you can't even see with the tonneau cover closed, so it's pointless. I have to hand it to the Hummer interior. It's super clean, looks and feels premium, and it definitely feels like what you paid for compared to the simple Cybertruck interior. So point goes to the Hummer. Here is the infotainment screen. It's very traditional. These are all very premium buttons here. I thought you could touch this part here, but you can't touch this at all. You can go up and down with this one, inside air, outside air, all that fun stuff. Has a nice cool Hummer logo here, heated steering wheel, the diff locks here, traction control, parking indicator, and if you want to do the auto park, they have a dedicated button for that as well. The infotainment is a very traditional infotainment unit, just like every other car brand. The one difference though is they did have a nice little deal with Epic Games. You guys know Fortnite? They created the user interface as in the graphics. So for instance, all these cool graphics that are up here when you're on Watch the Freedom mode or when you're changing drive modes, it's super cool, great graphic. But I wish they put a little more thought into the UI because again, it's just a traditional legacy car brand UI. So they have a lot of cool stuff, especially if you're trying to do like the off-roading stuff. And this is a 13.4-inch screen. So it's not a small screen. You have cameras here, so you have multiple cameras. You have a front facing. I wish the camera took the entire screen. Why are we trying to do like a quarter of the screen? Like, what's the reasoning behind that? You have a nice 360 view here. You can see the front, you can see the rear. You have a top-down, bottom, side view. You can look down. A lot of nice off-roading options, which is cool. You can actually go here and see more stuff, so you can see underneath the car. So there's all these cool cameras that really help, especially if you're trying to do a little off-roading. But this has all the stuff. It has like Google Maps, it has Amazon Alexa, Google Home, all that fun stuff. Rear climate, you can control the rear climate if you wanted to. But see, there's like a delay. There we go. However, one cool thing about the user interface is they have the ability, if you're ever charging your Hummer EV, you can actually, this is like the first time, you can watch Hulu. All you have to do is go to My GMC Studio. Hulu's right there, you press that, and now you can watch Hulu while you're charging. And that's cool. I'll go to the settings in a second. You have a Wi-Fi hotspot, so you could use your car as a Wi-Fi hotspot. Something I wish Teslas would do, because we have the cell service already. We pay for the premium connectivity. Why can't we use it for the hotspot? That way, if we're in our car doing work, we could use that. So I don't know why they don't have that. No CarPlay. Again, GMC, Chevy, all these people, they're going away from CarPlay for some reason. I don't know why. Then we have other settings here where you have your audio maps and your energy. You can click on the energy. You can see the usage. And it's nice. It gives you pretty good information. It tells you the climate and battery conditioning. Gives you more info about that, how much percentage you're using. You can start battery conditioning if you're going to a fast charger and it doesn't precondition. And here's Google Assistant and the Play Store. So you can have YouTube Music, Spotify on here, Waze. So that's cool. They have various apps you can have on your thing. And Google Maps kind of has their own charging. So it's kind of like a Tesla navigation. Settings within settings. So here's the center screen. It looks great. You have different modes you can customize. Aside from that, in the center, you just have a basic info. So you can do the trip tab. Very, very basic. On the left side, all you can control is like the compass, tire pressure. You cannot touch this or anything like that. So the sound system in the Hummer EV is not too bad. It's by Bose. It's super cool looking with that metal mesh grille that looks like they're on the moon and stuff. It's pretty awesome. It's not too bad because it's by Bose, of course. The sub is located in the back over there. Compare that to the Cybertruck though. The Cybertruck just sounds so much better. I found the best setting was on like the driver setting. So the speakers are more up front. The tweeters are okay. I wish it had a little bit more high and mid range because it's not as good. And that's very typical of Bose. They're very bass heavy on the low tones. And for me, I consider myself an audiophile. So as far as sound system and tech goes, Tesla wins all the way on that part. But surprisingly, the Hummer EV is not too far behind with like Hulu and stuff like that, but still a very ancient user interface, still a little laggy. And it's not something I want to deal with every single day compared to how amazing the Tesla tech is. But if you wanted the Hummer EV for a truck, the Hummer EV can tow 7,500 pounds versus the Tesla Cybertruck that can tow 11,000. With the Hummer EV, you can get an optional off-road package. It comes with like a skid plate back here, more camera, so it's better for off-roading, so it can handle rocks and doesn't get damaged. The Tesla Cybertruck doesn't have any of that stuff, so you gotta be careful when you go off-roading. And of course, both of these trucks have locking differentials, so it's great for off-roading. So I can't really compare the two because I haven't taken this bad boy off-roading yet, but I can say that the Cybertruck did an amazing job with off-roading. So I have to hand it to both of these guys. Both are pretty awesome. Now let's talk about cost. My Tesla Cybertruck is a Foundation Series all-wheel drive. You can get an all-wheel drive Tesla Cybertruck for around $80,000. The Hummer, on the other hand, starts around $97,000, but this whopping beast costs $108,000. So it's definitely not cheap. Honestly, if you want a truck, I'd look into the Silverado EV or the Denali EV. And as far as the daily driver is concerned, I was so shocked. I thought this would ride horribly because, you know, it's a Hummer. It's a man car. But it rode really well. Suspension was amazing, but it does feel very heavy overall. So I'd have to hand it to the Tesla Cybertruck on this one, as it's just a better daily driver with that steer-by-wire and of course that independent rear steering. And because it's such a smooth shape, it's so much easier to park and drive. And nobody hates a Hummer compared to a Tesla Cybertruck, unless you hate America.